tell people and then they put bets on it and they lose money. But I genuinely believe I'm going to knock them out. And so
there and just go, just to show me. So you might knock me out. I'd like to see one thrown at me if you could stop in time. Yeah. You want to finish it, right?
Yeah.
So what's next?
So we're looking to fight in...
Okay, I wasn't set up, so okay, I can see the camera coming in. So this is where I work these days, yeah.
This is so cool.
So, yeah, so...
How many screens do you have?
No, I've only just got 2, so... yeah, so, I mean, literally I can be... And I've got a moving camera. Right?
What?
Okay,
Where?
which to drive you nuts. So let me just... So I've just come off a Zoom, but okay, just imagine you can watch it now, right? It's kind of funny. Okay, so can you see the camera?
Oh yeah.
Right. So then when I'm walking,
what?
It's got you now, right? And then I can just be wandering while I'm.
Is that it? Oh,
and that's the microphone's going to pick it up. The camera's there, so that's the only problem. I've got to look at that. So then, if I'm on a call, I'd put it there. So I can look at the camera. Potentially I could be doing some other work as well at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But I can't multitask. Evidently it's a guy thing, no?
Oh.
So do you do the travelling
I struggle to multitask. I'm going to fall off. So I'm into my health as well.
Yeah.
What time do you get to work?
3:15 to 3:30.
In the morning?
AM, yeah.
Honestly, you feel late, you don't start at 5 a.m.
I just showing my camera. Well, it's funny when you're moving.
Have you pulled up the sales figures on call or something? No. I don't want to see that now.
Well, yeah. The only problem is the camera's so good, if you haven't shaved properly, it picks it picks it up.
I feel tired today and mine's the same. I can see it a little bit under my eyes.
Do you not have the beauty filter?
I haven't got it on, but I've heard there is.
Yeah, so it allows us to, I mean, it's a global company, as you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can be in touch with everybody. I can see all the figures. I can see everything.
Because like, is basically 3:15 here is like the whole world kind of like all the other places. So this morning I woke up and lawyers in New Zealand want to talk to me. Oh.
Right. So they are. So 3:30 here is 1:30 p.m. there.
Oh, so they're afternoon.
Right? They're afternoon, right? So you're already talking to somebody, and they're saying good afternoon, and you're
yeah.
No, I'm up at 2. I'm not in here at 2. Yeah.
What are you up at 2?
So I'll do a workout. Okay, so well, fitness is the biggest, right? So
yeah.
So my workout is ice bath first, right? Then I have electric suit. Okay, have you seen these? Okay, so it's called Catalyst with a K, and basically it's got electrodes all the way through my body, right? So you put it on, and whilst you're doing your workout, it's putting electrodes through. So a 20-minute workout, allegedly, is worth 2 hours in the gym.
Oh. Because it's like sending electrical impulses and working them more.
So you're working all the muscles in your body whilst you're doing your workout. So if you just stood there, it doesn't do much. Okay, but when you move, if you're boxing,
yeah,
right, then you get to a stage. Sorry, I open hand, so I do like this. Okay, and it's like starting. It's hard to move because
like
the electric's going through. Okay, so it's like giving you, as you do it, so, okay, if I'm doing the knees, it's working the abs.
Yeah.
Right?
So is it like, do you remember those things that you used to put on your abs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like that across the whole body.
Oh, wow.
Right? So you've got it on your abs, okay, like,
Yeah.
So you're doing your workout, then I do a bike. So have you heard of a Carol bike? Sorry, I'm into my tech.
No.
Okay, so sorry, I'm a bit crazy, eh? Okay, so there's a, I can introduce you to some of these things. So the Carol bike is AI, and the resistance adjusts based on your last ride.
Oh wow!
Right, and you're sprinting. So then I've got a VO2 master, right?
Yeah.
So that's giving you the same tests as you would get in a lab for maximum oxygen inside.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got my mask on now. No electrodes now, right? And I'm sprinting with an oxygen thing on, right? Which is then giving me feedback where my VO2 max is.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to get stamina.
Yeah.
With my workout. So the goal is longevity. The goal is, if you like, endurance, you'd call it. Right?
Yeah.
But there's a link with VO2 max and longevity as well.
Ah.
Well, think people run out of breath, basically, right, as they get older. So a 65-year-old's not going to beat a 35-year-old in a sprint.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Can you maintain getting oxygen in? Okay, well, like anything, am I talking to the boxing champion talking about fitness? Your body adapts. So if you're sprinting and you can see the numbers, then on a bike, the body's going to adapt because I'm stretching my lungs. So I'm doing the workout with the electric suit, which is obviously stressing the body, stressing the muscles to a level I want to. Then I'm doing the sprinting to raise my VO2 max. Okay, and then I'll go for a gentle run, okay, or something, just like 10 minutes or something, but low intensity, and then I'm back in an ice bath.
Oh, how'd you find doing the ice baths? Because Ross is a baby.
Mate, I'm the same. I tried it once. I got fucking sick.
Yes, I got bad cold.
I've not done it.
I think you just got to breathe through it.
Yeah, there's ice baths.
Yeah, you breathe.
The larger green ice bath.
You have to clear the ice out of yours, don't you? Because it's like blocks of proper lumps.
0.5 degrees is it all?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you doing this every morning?
9 out of 10.
That's good.
Really good. But I think it's good because you're getting with your VO2 max and stuff, it's kind of like you know what numbers you need to be hitting. Do you know what I mean? Like some people go aimlessly to the gym and they're like, oh, I'll just jog for this and I'll do that. Exactly. You don't know. Whereas we go for testing and stuff like that, so we know what numbers we need to be hitting. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think that's important.
What testing do you do?
They do the VO2 max.
Yeah.
What they want to see is what your endurance like, what your engine's like, what gears you've got.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
How long you can go for.
Okay. So you've got a mask on as well?
Yeah, so you can taper your camp around what type of fight you're having. So if it's going to be an high intensity fight where you've got to do a lot of bursts, you've got to taper your camp around.
So you're training based on the fight rather than training
just to get fitter. You've got to train based on what you need to do in that fight.
So so if you're training for high intensity, is that someone that's lighter, faster punches, or?
Yeah, or it might be high intensity where someone's kind of walking forward and you need to kind of go and then go again and then move and then go and then go again and then move. Okay. Which I don't like doing.
If you do or you don't. Sorry.
How do you analyse your, I guess we would analyse competitors, how do you analyse
coaches usually sit down and watch it, and then they'll watch it with you and then say, can you see, because obviously I've got into boxing quite late, so my boxing brain's not as well tuned as other people, so my coaches obviously play a big role there, where they'll sit with me and go, did you see where she does that? And then I'll be like, oh no, and they'll rewind it and go, look at what she's doing at this point, or so this is why you need to do this, and then we'll go into the gym and then train that. Because I'm quite fortunate that Anthony's still quite young, and we can do a lot of technical sparring where he pretends to be the girl, and he can kind of take over their kind of style.
Okay.
That's so important, isn't it?
Yeah. So I get a practice run before actually going out and doing it.
Your boxing brain must be...
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
It is getting a lot better.
It's getting a lot better.
You saying when we first met that you relied heavily on the instructions coming from...
Yeah. I think I can see it more now because I do I kind of revise like it's like an exam, don't I? And then I'll go to Dom and I'll be like, so I've watched this and do you see the same thing as me? And then he's like, yeah. So then it's kind of like clarification in my mind that I'm getting.
There's a player going to football who's not in the England squad. His name's Ben White, I think. I was reading this morning. And he doesn't like watching football.
Oh.
He doesn't enjoy it. He likes playing it, but he's been left out of the England squad because his football knowledge isn't as good as it should be.
Oh.
So interesting that then you've just said you have to do the research to get your knowledge up.
Yeah.
And left out of the team because he doesn't know enough about football. What split do you think it is between physical training and the homework, as you said?
I don't know, because sometimes when we went sparring Kelly on the weekend, and she's she won the Olympics last year, she's won the European Worlds, oh not last year, last time, and it's she can adjust very fast. Yeah. So it's after the first round, the second round she came out and she adjusted to things that I was doing, then I have to think, okay, I need to adjust to what she's doing. And I think that's where it's you see the experience.
So strategic then.
Yeah. Whereas I didn't think it was like that. When you look at boxing, you just think, oh, they just go out. But people set things up a lot, in the first round, that they're gonna do in the 10th round to try and knock them out.
Yeah. Okay.
If you started, you said you started at 21, and other people in boxing for maybe 5, 6, 7+ years more than you, how have you got to world champion? Rather than them, I mean, obviously you mentioned skill, but is that just pure?
I don't know. I think
what's the?
A lot of skills are transferable. I think I did dancing when I was younger, till I was from 2 to 15. So everyone's like, oh, Rhiannon's footwork's really good.
Balance.
Balance and stuff. So I think,
as well.
and it's being at university and then going to hospital. It's a really high pressure environment, and I think a lot of people lose a head in the ring when things don't go right. Whereas for me, it's just oh.
So how do you, so if we talk, everybody talks about the mental the physical preparation. How do you prepare mentally, even for training?
Yeah, I don't know really.
See, Rhiannon's super competitive, so even in the gym, and she's training with all lads.
Okay.
She's beating the majority of them on certain exercises where she shouldn't even be near them. Yeah. Where she's like that, even say if we go training on the track, she's always trying to beat me. And that's why I've got to keep fit then, because
that's why you look so much better, because Rhiannon's up to the game. It's coming like a tank.
I mean, it's fascinating. So as long as there's a competition,
yeah,
you're in the zone.
Because it's
and
good.
You're a bad loser, like tiddlywinks and stuff as well, right?
No, I think if someone beats me on the first row or something, I think right, okay. Because I say we should set up a chart and see what people get, and we'll do a collective over the month of who's the highest one, and then I'll be right, okay, next time I'm gonna beat you so bad that my number will be.
Yeah, okay.
Do you ever invent? This is a proper weird one. Do you ever invent competitions?
Oh yeah, if I'm on the treadmill, say if you're not there, but most times
he does it all day. Right?
Yeah, I will imagine that someone's running next to me, and or say
so
sometimes
nice to meet someone that's just as mad.
Sometimes when I'm on the treadmill, when I'm doing my sprints, I'll imagine in a fight I've just been knocked down, and then I'll up it on the treadmill to think I've got to win the rest of this round because it's a 10-8 round, and I think I need to knock them down to make it an 8-8 round.
Okay, he's the same. So I met Alonso, right, racing driver. Okay, I don't know if you follow F1, but he's probably the best driver in the world. He's won F1. He's won 24-hour Le Mans, so different way of winning, and endurance. And he just wants to win. I was like, how do you get when you get in the car? What's your mindset need to be? I just want to win. If I'm 6th, I want to be 5th. If I'm 5th, I want to be 4th. And his manager said he's just a nightmare. He said, you get on the plane, he wants to play, but he only wants to play a game that he wants to win, that he can win. And if he's losing, right, it's 1st to 10, he'll say, no, I said 1st to 15. And I swear, I got talking to him and his manager, but he's gone through life an incredible success, and really his attitude was based on this competitiveness.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah, because I think we were talking to an S&C guy the other day, and I think was someone doing the Tour de France or something. Do you remember the story? And he was saying they said to him, oh, what would you do if, I think you have to go one after the other, or someone sets off or something like that. And they were saying to the guy, oh, well, what would you do if the guy before you broke the world record? And he was like, oh, well, you know, I'd probably just try my, and I was thinking, oh, well, I'm obviously beating the world record then if I'm going next. Like, I'd set a new world record, whereas I don't think some people have that mentality. They're just happy to kind of come second best and think, oh, well, they've beat it, and then I'll just do my best, whereas I'd think, oh, well, obviously I'm setting a new world record after him.
I wonder if it's the way parents bring us up.
Or maybe it's
get the blame here.
Back to the past, but I wonder if your parents with you were winning is important, because some parents these days are just take part, make yourself fun. I wonder if I was obviously brought up from you as
I always felt that being competitive was probably, I guess one of the most, self-confidence, so self-esteem, I think, is the number one thing. So you've got to like yourself, number one, but then always want to compete. Don't think anybody's better than you.
Yeah.
Right? You know, outwork them.
Yeah.
Right? Find a way.
Yeah.
Always try and look to win. But now there's as James says, there's a generation that, you know, participation trophy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's mad personally.
Well, then you don't get this. Well, you don't get this edge of and I think the buzz is actually competing and trying to.
No point getting a trophy for 8th, is there? Because life isn't like that.
No.
Everything's a competition. If you go for a job interview, it's a competition. You're competing against other people. If you want a new missus or a new boyfriend, well, guess what? You're competing against other people. Yeah, it's everything you do.
Growing up doing sport is the best.
Oh yeah.
I'm not kidding, but when I do, if I'm not going to have to, I'm putting into so much sport. Like my parents did, and they just like.
You've got to try and find a way, if you can,
discipline,
it's a discipline, structure, work hard to win. When you're not improving, then what? Anything in the brain that...
Well, you always, if you feel like you're not improving, you always bring somebody else on.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Some things that have not gone quite right and you need to put some.
Because it can be frustrating sometimes, right? Well, like, let me go VO2 max for me. Okay, I know that I set a target for this year, and then the first 10 weeks, it wasn't budging.
Yeah.
Right? And then I found, from my stats, I was doing less. Not because I didn't feel motivated, but then I thought about it, it was because it wasn't budging, right?
Early win.
I wasn't getting it, and I think it was more, I don't know what to do to make it budge. Right, so the frustration had actually caused me to do less, believe it or not.
But then you did what?
But then I I did what you said. Well, almost, yeah. I mean, I sat down and I did some research, and then I tried. Then I got a couple of ideas, and then it put me going again. And then it started to budge. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when I got the positive reinforcement of it,
the move. Yeah.
Okay, then I was going again.
To say, you put in extra help with that Iron Man coach, the. Swiss,
James did that, in fairness, but just bringing someone else on board. Okay, that's interesting. So take advice, in other words, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because obviously, like with
frustrated, right? Everybody
with boxing, it's like I'm so fresh and I'm so new to the sport. It's like you need to get people who are experts, who have been there and done that, and take advice off of them. Because, like, I thought I was fit for the last fight, but I got in there and I thought, surely I can be fitter. Like, I'm feeling tired now. So,
when did you feel it? What stage of the fight? Towards the end, or did you tell the second you go into a ring? How?
I think it was like after I knocked her down, because then they were like, don't. Because I knocked her down and they were going, calm down. And I think it's that buzzer thinking, it's nearly over. And then there was quite stopping starting, wasn't it? When they kept on getting the doctor for a cut on her eye. And then I was thinking, is it stopping, is it not? So maybe that's a bit of like experience on my part. Whereas like when I get cut and things like that, that doesn't bother me. Or if my eye blows up, it doesn't bother me. Whereas the stopping and starting, maybe I need to do something more with my breathing and like control myself that way, because I think, oh, it's over, no it's not. Oh, it's over, no it's not.
I mean, Rhiannon told us before this that she had a cut on her head from the fight, but didn't realise until, when did you say, the night, it was the night out or something?
Well, it was because I thought it was bleeding, and then everyone was going, oh, it's not your blood, it's someone else, it's hers. And I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding from the top of my head here. And then I got in the shower and I was thinking, wow, the top of my head's killing. And then we were out, and then I was drying my hair and I was thinking, why is my hair wet? And it was blood, so I just kept on having to dab my hair with to try and stop the bleeding. But I probably
sit back and know when the punch was.
New form of die.
I know.
Could have been a
Head clash.
Could it? Okay.
Yeah. But then
you get that a lot with a southpaw and an orthodox, both coming in and you get quite a few
head clashes. Usually it's my eye that goes, but it was top of my head.
Back there with a fist.
Yeah.
So it must have been a clash, eh?
Well, yeah.
So you get tired at 75%. But if you're doing a marathon, okay, 75% of it is when it hits you. So when it's not quite over, so there's something about what you're saying. There's a wall when it's nearly over, but it's not.
Yeah. And I think it's like they do all this red zone running now, and it's like sometimes I feel like when I used to get in that, I used to panic and think, oh, maybe I need to slow things down now. Whereas I want to adapt myself to feel more comfortable in that. I'm feeling uncomfortable.
It's like the runner would aim past the finishing line.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's probably what you get. Because if you can see the finish, you actually get tired when you can see the finish.
Yeah.
Okay, boxing must be the same. Must be the same
with lots of things, isn't it? It's the same when you're working and you know there's a holiday coming up.
Yeah.
It's just instantly.
You suddenly feel tired.
Yeah, you're like, I need this holiday.
You feel tired, or I need a break.
I'm nearly there, yeah. I'm nearly there. You feel exhausted before you're there.
But how can you feel that in boxing? Is it your breathing, or is it your arms are tired?
I think it's like legs. I feel like people say the legs go first, don't they, in boxing? And then it's kind of like you're not as fast. And but I think I'm doing some more conditioning with this guy, and he's saying that you need to do like a lactic acid build-up thing, and then try and see if you can do your power from that. So, yeah. Because
you're then fighting through the
like lactic acid in your legs, yeah.
So what do you do then? A really heavy leg workout, and then?
So he does like prowler pushes, and then like box jumps after that, and then like assault bike, and then ball slams. So it's kind of like you're building up.
You fight?
Oh no, that's the workout. So like you'll build up the lactic acid and still try and produce power after it.
So you're going through the
pain. And I was trying to jump up the box, and I was like nearly falling every time, and I was like, just get through this, just breathe and get through it.
It's like when you get a tiny weight and you just can't.
Yeah.
Right? 4 kilograms or something.
Yeah, but it's like doing that, and then it's like doing reflex training.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because it's your reflexes then when you're exhausted.
Yeah.
So it's taking yourself to exhaustion and your reflexes.
I guess that's like running at high altitude training, isn't it?
Have you tried that from a training point of view?
No.
Okay, I haven't either, but that must.
Yeah, the Abbott, what's it, in Manchester?
Manchester.
Like an altitude chamber.
Yeah.
I think you need a few days.
Yeah.
So in South Africa, with the 4 weeks high altitude in South Africa, you have to have a week where basically you do really low volume.
And then you go up, yeah.
So that's the same with my brother, so he cannot do high altitude training, he gets really sick. And he actually performed worse because of it. But you have to have a week really easy into it. And once you come back, I was fine with it. Once you come back of it though, it's just, you feel like
interesting, but the trouble is, you can't do it just before a big fight, right? Because it's too much of a risk.
Yeah.
A bit like me trying something different on a Sunday night for my sleep.
Yeah.
I can't risk it because Monday's important.
Yeah. But the benefits could be.
So basically, what it's what Olav was saying. So we spoke to this guy, and he's trained 6 world champion Ironmen, right? Got 6 world champions, right? 4 Olympic golds in triathlon, right? And he was basically saying the body will match demand, right? So long as you've got your nutrients in, okay, it will adapt itself to meet demand. So if you go high up, basically the body gradually will get used to the fact there's lack of oxygen.
Yeah.
So it's being able to cope with a little oxygen, right? So the lungs, in other words, develop and become stronger. So then when you come back down, okay, you just would blow people away because you've basically forced the body to adapt to a low oxygen environment. Yeah. And then when you come down and there's loads of oxygen, you're adapted, and you'd just be killing people.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah. But how do you try that before a fight? Because if it don't work, fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nigel.
to, I think it's called Big Bear in America, and that's so many metres above sea level. And they'll do a full camp there, and then when they come back and fight, they've got a very high pace.
Okay, so that's
like Mexican fighters. It's so high pace.
Yeah, okay, because in Mexico's high up, right? 30,000.
High altitude, yeah.
Do you do warm?
Okay.
We do sometimes.
Yesterday afternoon was warm weather.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Got here, I went for a run.
I know. Where did we run on there? Was it the
Salinas?
Celine or something like that? Selima.
Down by the water.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's where I ran this morning. It's beautiful. Yeah.
And then when you're running in constant sun, you think, oh.
And I'm a bit of an albino as well.
I can imagine you with a little umbrella or something.
Oh, yeah.
Slapping on the factor 50.
I've got factor 50 on today. Yeah. Yeah, we're like that in England as well, though. As soon as a bit of sun's out, I'm like factor 50. I don't want to age.
It's a British thing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And when's the next fight?
So it's August, September time, isn't it?
Just waiting on a date to be confirmed.
Yeah, because we were saying with all the cards in Saudi, they're putting like really big fights on the undercard. Yeah, so we don't really have any main events in England to be on the undercard of. So
you're paying a fortune, eh?
Oh yeah.
Do you fancy fighting that?
I wish I could, yeah. So
if, because it's your woman, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know what the rules are about women fighting over there, but
that sounds like a step too far for them at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I don't think
they might want to go that way just to show the image.
Has there been any woman fights in Saudi?
It was Ramla Ali, but that, I don't think that was. I don't know. Was that in?
Yeah, I don't think on the boxing shows yet.
No. It'd be nice.
It would be good for their image as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go over.
3 to 5 times as much for a fight.
Wow.
Are they? I think so.
I think so.
I think that's why we're getting all these really big fights.
And you saw Kevin De Bruyne say he'd make more than he did in the last 10 years.
15, I think.
15? By spending a couple of years in Saudi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proper, isn't it?
It's like, if my wife gives permission, he's doing as he's told, at least.
You know what I mean? When you've earned a lot of money, how much more do they feel they need to be set for life?
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ronaldo is the prime.
Well, it's the same.
You need to go there. He's already got more money than pretty much every other sports person on the planet.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you've got your family, so he could do a couple of years there.
Set them up for life.
I mean, we're back to motivation, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, would you take a fight for cash?
How do you look at
that you couldn't win? Maybe you wouldn't, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a.
Because I think of the footballers going over there and it's an easier league than being over here. I don't know what's football.
It's an easier league.
So it's really like easy money for him, isn't it?
Look at Ronaldo, he's just broke. I know he's broke 3 records over this season. He must still be pushing himself. There's his internal motivation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's still pushing himself.
Well, we just talked about motivation being winning in this particular instance. So it's not money. You're not going for the money that's coming in. You actually just want to win, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the ring, you're not thinking about how much you're going to get paid. You're thinking about someone wants to beat me and I want to beat them. Right?
Yeah. Because that's what
that's a better motivation. For
oh
sure.
yeah, people were asking us like money or titles, and I said titles, like legacies with you forever. You can always money comes and goes. You can always go and make money, but who else can say that they've been a world champion?
And I think that people that chase the money, when they get there,
when things get tough, they're already getting paid, so they can just give up.
But then they use it or lose it, and if they don't then keep working, they just fall apart, right? In life general. The money gets them. They don't get the money gets them.
Yeah.
They chase the money, then when they get there, they stop working or they stop doing what they're doing, but they actually lose the cash and the enjoyment of life.
Yeah.
You see that with Ronaldo, he's still super competitive.
He wants to win, he was crying when he lost.
He was crying when he lost, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So even at his age and achieved everything that he's achieved, he's still got that willingness to win.
So what does he do after? What do you do after? So let's go with you.
After boxing?
Yeah, because it's like, there's the buzz of getting in the fight, there's the buzz of you're a hero.
Oh, do you mean like retirement or after the actual fight?
Well, so you get to an age where you don't want to,
box anymore.
Punch someone's lights out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's hard. I keep on thinking, because I feel like it's like 10 years away. And everyone's like, wow, you think you're going to be boxing for 10 years? I was like, Yeah, I feel like I'm a baby in the sport. Like everyone's been doing it since they were like 5 or 8. I've only been doing it for like 8 years. I feel like I'm still really fresh, but I think I don't know what it is. Yeah.
It's not a job. It's a complete life. It's a complete lifestyle. It's not.
Yeah, no.
It's not like a 9 to 5.
It's a passion. No, yeah, it's a passion. Yeah.
I mean, I feel
you
like
see some of these guys, you know. Well, they leave and then they come back, don't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes sad to see, I think that.
Yeah, because it's like
60 years old.
fine to Paul.
That damage at that age.
Is that training really in though, right? Because if it is, you're not still hit people, eh?
Yeah. God knows.
You've seen those promo videos.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he's having.
Yeah.
Looks mean, doesn't he? Same as Tyson Fury.
He does.
He just needs to put a sock in it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be the one to tell him that, but
100%. But I think if you've been heavily down,
James calls out John Fury.
I don't know what the punch resistance would be.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean it's interesting.
would you go back into
Hospital pharmacy. Yeah, I think it's something that I did enjoy. It is a really stressful job though, but I don't know, because it's like maybe after boxing I might go into, I don't know. Yeah. But then imagine if I start training, like doing like S&C or something like that with someone, and then they don't have the same ambition I did. I'd just think you're a waste of time. I would actually get really annoyed with them. I'd be like, why are you even doing it?
That's the hardest bit when you're managing people as well.
Yeah. And you have certain expectations.
Show them expectations up here, and then when someone doesn't do that, yeah, it's so frustrating.
Because it's like with Anne, I have such high expectations of myself all the time, and he's like, why are you not happy? And I'm like, because I know I can do better.
Yeah.
And he's like, you should, because even after the world title fight, like I came back to the corner, he's like, put your hands up, you're a world champion. I was like, yeah, but I thought I did shit. And he was like, why are you not, like, everyone should be like apps. And then I feel like, is that bad because I'm not living in the moment and enjoying it? But I have such high expectations of myself. I believe I should have stopped her, really. Because after that, when I knocked her down, I thought, oh, this is it. Like, what dreams are made of? And then I thought, wow, this isn't going the way I thought it was going to go.
Most people would say that's not good. We are exactly the same. If it's a really good week, I'm like, no, we could have got to do better.
Yeah.
Even if we finished on a better sales number than was predicted on a Monday, I'm still pissed off that it wasn't higher. And you listen to all these things, enjoy the journey, celebrate the wins, but I really struggle with that.
Yeah.
So same as you after that world title fight. It's everything you've been aiming for. You get there and think, yeah, I can knock her out. It's exactly the same mentality.
But then that's what gives you the motivation to go again.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
Because like I said to Ross, I've won all my fights, but sometimes I feel like I've even lost because of the way I'm feeling after it. And I went to him after it, I went, I'm never stepping out the ring and feeling like that again. So like when I'm in training now and I'm on the treadmill, I'm thinking, some days where you think, oh, I'm not really feeling that well, like I could put it down or I could have an easy session. I think, no, remember how shit you felt after when you even won. Yeah. You don't want to ever feel like that again. So I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Did you beat yourself up?
Oh, massively, all the time. Like after sparring as well, when I spar Anthony, sometimes I think, oh, I've done really bad, and Anne goes, does she forget, like, I was actually a world champion back? Does she know I can do a bit? And I'm like, yeah, but no, in my head I should be doing better, but obviously, yeah.
But that helps having each other, because you've got, I've said this to you before, such a lovely relationship.
Yeah,
it helps having him there saying, no, hang on a second.
Yeah. You're more realistic than me.
Yeah.
Like.
Because sometimes as well, I think when you're sparring, because you're in the spar, you don't actually know how well you've done. You don't in each round as well. So it's good sometimes.
I know, because I do.
You don't know how well you actually have.
I do say, like, can you come and watch? Because like every time he's not there and after sparring, he's like, how have you been? I was like, awful. I should retire. Pathetic. And he's like, and then he'll
do the opposite. Do you ever say, Rhiannon, you need to push harder then?
Oh yes, a lot of the time, yeah. Like you'll say, like you weren't doing enough, and you're feeling sorry for yourself. So they do give me a kick up the bum.
So I reckon if you're so good, you're just knocking them out, you don't get any damage, and you just can keep going.
That's what I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, that's easier said than done.
I'm trying.
I bet you hadn't thought that.
Easy,
I'm
right?
Great idea.
No, but you're almost saying you have to stop at some point if you get hit from the damage. Yeah. So you've got to try and avoid the damage to try and keep going, eh?
Yeah. Which couples were arguing this week in the tennis? Did you see that?
Oh no.
Yeah. Somebody, was it Djokovic or
yeah, it might have been.
Somebody, it might not have been, maybe it was a couple of Australians.
Yeah.
His missus was having a go at him when he was playing tennis and he shouted back at her.
Oh no.
No, we'd do it probably on the down low.
Yeah, we do it private. You know, like when you're out in public and like, you know, like people like, oh, having a go at each other. We'll be walking like hand in hand and I'm like, you're so annoying. But smile to everyone else, be like, I really don't like you today.
Does it get annoying when you're boxing and all you can hear is fucking punch her? Because when I've been to one of your fights, all I can hear is fucking punch. I'm thinking,
she's trying.
Yeah.
She's trying.
Like a football player, I guess, when all the fans are going shoot. It's like, well, I'm not going to shoot from here.
I think it's like, no, I don't really hear them. The only people I can really hear, because I think I'm listening out for Ant's voice or Dom's voice.
Okay.
So I can only really hear them. Yeah. Or like Will, Ant's brother, I can hear him because they've got quite distinctive voices, but everyone else kind of just sounds like muffled sound.
Yeah. I don't shout anything.
Yeah, I told Ross, don't shout anything.
Good. No, because I'm not a coach as well, so you want to hear it from the coaches who actually know.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's dad was saying the wrong things, right?
Yeah.
His coach couldn't be heard.
I know.
Because sometimes
get up.
Exactly, you can be watching it through rose-tinted glasses. You might think she's winning, or realistically, if it's close round, what Ant will say, if it's close round, we'll give it to them. We'll win the next. And I think that's a good way of looking at them because you're being honest. And if it is close and you're leaving it up to the judges, it could go either way. So your fighter needs to know, well, this round I've got to go and win that because I lost the last one.
Now, in terms of going professionals, I know there's a lot of money at the top for these sports, but working your way up there, you pretty much get not a lot. And then, because I know my brother normally realised 3 years early when his house earning 100k plus a year and all these contracts. Before that, it was all the same. I said to you, the dark gym, no one watching, and suddenly, you feel successful. That journey from when you started to actually become professional, where you can do it as a full-time job like you are now, what was the hardest bit of it that kept you going when no one was watching and you weren't getting the money for it? And
I think it's like, because I came from white collar and no amateur background, everyone kind of like didn't really expectate, like, or I was kind of overlooked a lot. And still even now sometimes, even though I'm a world champion, I still kind of get overlooked a lot. And it's only like when you get like a big rivalry, that's when you get like the money fights, like later on in your career. So I think it's like, yeah, I think coming from white collar and not having this extensive amateur background, it's kind of like people thinking like, oh, she's from white collar. Like every time I still fight now, they're like, oh, she's from white collar, and it's like, she doesn't do this much, she's not really got that much of an amateur background. And it's kind of like, I've got like someone who's got a really good amateur background could both have the exact same fight, but because I'm from white collar, people kind of criticise me a bit more.
Do you use that as fuel? Just to prove them wrong, or do you not?
Yeah, I think it really gets my back up sometimes when everyone says it. Like I say it all the time, like, oh, I've got no amateur background, but then when someone else says it, I'm like, what? You can't say it, I can say it.
You was trying your best to make it work in boxing because you did your pharmacy degree.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you wanted to see what work would have worked better in being a boxer, didn't you? So you was going to be a massage. You were going to try that.
Yeah.
X amount of weeks, and then it just wasn't working. So you went back to pharmacy because you could adapt your hours to train more.
Yeah.
But then you were getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, finish early in there.
Yeah.
And is there a link to pharmacy, and then does that link to nutrition and an interest in health and an interest in?
I think so, because it's a master's degree course. You have to do like a lot of read a lot of literature.
Yeah.
So then when I started doing trying to do my nutrition, I understood the literature, but I didn't really know how to implement it. So then obviously I've got Carl involved now who does my nutrition and things like that. And then, reading about S&C and things I can understand the literature, but it's about implementing it.
Yeah.
So then I just thought, you know what? If I wanted to go and get a prescription, I'd go and see a doctor. If I wanted someone else, I'd go and see a nurse. So I need to get the right people in.
I love that. It's that humbleness, isn't it? You're more than happy to go to an expert.
Oh
and
yeah,
take
definitely.
On the information.
Yeah.
And then use the information.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you go? I love seeing you guys. Absolute highlight of my week. There's such a nice energy, such lovely people. How do you go from being such a lovely person to I'm going to knock you out? Like, what's that period before the fight? How do you go from something so amazing to we're in war mode now?
Because I think
is it music? Is it self-talk? Is it?
Well, my changing room's a laugh, isn't it? Like, my changing room is so unserious. Like, I think like loads of people kept on coming in last time, like thinking it was some weird party. Like, I just like when you get your hands wrapped, they have to come and watch you because were they from Argentina? I kept on playing Daddy Yankee for them. I was like, do you want a drink? Like, are you okay? I'll play some Daddy Yankee for you. Like, so I think it's just more like it's such a stressful thing when you get in there. Like, you don't want to stress yourself out too early. So it's about like making the changing room a good environment, having a laugh. And then when you get in there, it's kind of like, you've got to focus because it's a job. I don't really let emotions get into it because I think it's kind of... I don't know, because I'm not really like aggressive when it comes. I don't think I am aggressive. Do I look aggressive?
What you put on a good mask, I think.
Do you think?
Come across very nice, but deep down just thinking I'm going to knock her out. All fight week you're saying I'm going to knock her out.
And I tell people, and then they put bets on it and they lose money. But I genuinely believe I'm going to knock them out. And so like in the training for it, like James will be like, oh, so how are you feeling for the fight? I was like, oh, I'm going to knock her out. And he's like, you say it so like, oh, because I'm in my head, I've gone through this fight.
You visualise knocking her out.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I visualise them going like that. I visualise it all the time.
Okay, so before you get in, you've visualised whilst you're training.
I visualise it near enough every day.
And you've convinced yourself you're going to knock them out.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So much so you can convince anybody else, and they put money on it.
Yeah, and then they lose it.
Yeah, but it's that directions. I'm 100% sure it's this way. All right.
You've convinced yourself so much.
But it's belief. You believe.
Oh yeah.
Total. You've got high expectations, but bloody hell, you've got a belief to match the expectations.
Yeah, like I go into it and it's like, oh, I know I'm going to win. Like, that's not what I'm nervous about. What I'm more nervous about is putting on a good performance and like getting the finish and things like that. Like, I don't even get a question in my head that I'm going to lose. Do you know what I mean?
Have you always had that?
No, because I think in the beginning, because I didn't have that much experience, there was a lot of self-doubt in the beginning. I always used to be like, oh, do I really belong here and things like that. But then I just thought, well, if you don't think you belong here, then who's going to support you? Like, you have to be your #1 fan because no one else is going to do it for you. You have to like be your self-motivator.
Sorry, that belief comes to actually, you know, you've also done the work.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm sure if you missed a couple of sessions during the camp,
it's a mindset though as well, right?
Yeah.
It's high expectations, it's total self-belief, and then it's a shitload of hard work.
I know I'm going to win. It's just how.
Yeah.
That's the only question.
You were more worried about
the style.
That's the wrong word. You were more nervous about the ring walk.
Oh yeah.
Than the actual fight.
Oh yeah. I feel like I walk weird. I've watched myself back and I feel like my neck's too stiff, honestly. That's what makes me cringe the most. Like,
I always thought that about you.
Yeah. When I walked in, I bet you were like, weird stiff neck that.
What's your song?
Pardon? Oh, so I have loads of different ones, but I wanted to come out to Mysterious Girl last time by Peter Andre, but everyone was like, no, it's a world title fight, you can't do that. So I did like a Miley Cyrus, Like a Prayer. I like nice, funky music.
Proper good tune, by the way.
It is a good song, isn't it?
Peter Andre choice. Yeah. Imagine you in your living room at home, right?
We're competing against Ant of Darts the week before, and they had to choose a walkout song, but they said go for a cheesy song, and because she chose Peter Andre, Mysterious Girl, and she obliterated Ant, she thought it could be a good luck charm. Why not go with that?
Love to see that.
I'm not even good at darts either, and I absolutely...
That was one thing I was going to ask you. When you're so competitive, does it put you off taking up new sports that you might not be any good at?
Do you know what's mad, right? When I was me and my brother I used to say to my brother all the time, give me 2 weeks at any sport, training with the top person, I'll be the best at it.
So training with the top person?
Like, you know, like a professional coach or like do it, you know, like engrossing yourself in that.
Yeah, but you just said I've got to find the best person and train with them.
Yeah, and then I'll be the best
and
in
then
it.
I'll be the best.
I love that. I've been putting off golf.
2 weeks.
I just know I'm going to do golf.
2 weeks, maybe a bit more than 2 weeks. You've been putting off golf for what?
Putting off golf because I don't want to be shit at something.
Oh, but you're going to be rubbish in the beginning.
So just train with a good coach. Give it
Yeah,
but you got to really want it first.
Yeah.
And then train with the very best.
Yeah. Find out the best person.
But you believe you'd be the best then?
Yeah, because I used to say about
Don't even flinch.
MMA, with MMA, didn't I? Yeah. Was it Holly Holmes was the best at the time? I was like, yeah, give me 2 weeks. I'll beat Holly Holmes. And he was like, you wouldn't beat Holly Holmes. I was like,
you were nervous at the beginning of your career, but you have confidence. That is ridiculous. It's awesome.
You don't even flinch.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it.
It's amazing.
It was hard at the start of the career as well, because whenever you're with any journalist or interview as well, saying, you know, you've no amateur background, it's going to be hard. So then Rhiannon's
people were trying to
how hard is it actually going to be? I'm going to be fighting all these professionals who've got these extensive amateur
So they were
backgrounds,
given the negative.
yeah.
So after it, Rhiannon were thinking, Jesus, how hard is it actually going to be? Even if you go and spar with them, she'd do well. And Rhiannon then built up her self-belief because she was putting it in.
Okay, got it.
110%.
Okay, so now you know if you turn to anything because of what you've been through, if you work with the best people, you get to a high level.
Yeah. Because
it's like if I lost it all, how long would it take me to get it all back?
You've always said 2 years, I know the answer.
Right, so, but that's a confidence which everybody else would say was ridiculous. And maybe it's wrong, but in my mind...
They would say it's ridiculous because it's hard to build 40 years in 2 years.
Okay, but then...
It's also a skill set.
But I believe it when I say it.
Yeah.
like you just
and you
know
have
it
that
inside.
same thing. Yeah, you have that
There's
same
no
thing.
doubt.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd find the right people. You'd find the right people to teach you, and you know if you put your mind to anything, you'd be the best.
Yeah.
So good.
Maybe not. Well, darts. Yeah, actually, I was really good at it. I know. And sometimes I feel like I don't focus, so I do it with one eye like that.
It's the right thing. It's the right attitude.
Because no one's gonna support you like you, really. So who's gonna, like, you've got to be your biggest cheerleader.
That bit you said about #1 fan,
Yeah.
in terms of social media, is fucking gold dust. Incredible. Such great advice.
Yeah, most people don't like themselves. So when we said about, you know, do you want your children to be competitive? I said self-esteem is the most important thing. So you're right. Most people don't like themselves enough.
Yeah.
It actually starts with that. You've got to be your own #1 fan. How do people develop that? Okay.
It's steps, isn't it?
It's probably the little
White
steps.
boxing, it's here and then
It's achieving some wins.
It's achieving wins.
You probably need somebody next to you, just one, to say, "Well done."
Yeah.
You probably need
I think it's.
You probably need at least one fan.
Yeah. Just one.
Oh, I think you do. You need somebody in your life to.
Being honest as well.
Yeah.
I think you need someone that's an honest person that says, "Well done" on that. And if it wasn't, maybe everybody needs that to then develop the ability to be a fan of themselves.
100%.
I think it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it? It's took a lot to get to this point. I think when I first started, maybe my self-confidence was really low in the beginning, and maybe it's come to a realisation where you think all these people are going to say, like, everyone's going to try and bring you down. Well, who's going to bring you up? It's got to be you.
Do you know what's really funny? The way you talk about a lot of things, like you say the reason why you shouldn't be as good as you are because you white collar, that sort of stuff. You say a lot of that, but then actually when the confidence is sky high, they always let their...
It's like conflicting, isn't it?
I don't know, but I reckon that fuels... I don't know, I'm nowhere near your level, but I'm the youngest of 6 children. I was always at school, always told you, I can't do anything, dyslexia, dyslexia, that sort of stuff. You're stupid, kicked out of schools. And as soon as I was like, sorry, French, but fuck you, no, I'm going to do something. And I've got nowhere near your level. But that ability of people just like putting you down, but actually when you get so good at it, like, yes, you know what? It's like that to myself. I know. It's
the self thing. You don't need it. She doesn't need anybody else to do it. She does it to herself.
Do it naturally,
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, it's weird. Imagine if I started boxing when I was 5, it'd be over for everyone. It would really be over for everyone. Literally only
do a bit of dancing first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the transferable skills. Yeah.
Did you have other people put you down, or was it just yourself during those years of getting to where you are? Did you have loads of people just like chucking shit at you?
I think it was more like they just overlooked me, really, wasn't it? And it was, no one was ever outright your shit. Yeah. But it was more like, oh, these other people are so much better than you. I was like, oh, really? They're so much better than me. Well, they've not got well tile, have they?
You got older brothers or sisters?
An older brother and an older sister, yeah.
Okay, so it probably doesn't come from that then, from having older brothers or sisters. No. More attention doesn't come from that then.
No.
We're all looking for something.
I know.
I think you built it. Yeah, fair play. You built it.
Maybe it's competitiveness
and I guess I'm
with
hoping
siblings.
anyway that people don't want to try and hit you like they would well, if they saw Tyson walking down the street, someone would try and... If he was in a bar, someone would have a go just for the sake of it. I assume they don't do that with you.
I don't think people recognise me. Like, I think I look like two different people when I've got makeup on and when I'm in the ring. Like, even when we go to like some of the boxing things where I've gone to like go on stage for the press conference, they've gone, oh, excuse me. And I'm like, oh no, I'm meant to be on that's me, I'm Rhiannon. Like, can I go sit down?
But even that's like someone like overlooking you.
Yeah, and like...
It seems like you've had a lot of people overlook you.
It's crazy.
But yet you've got this stern steel of confidence, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like... Yeah.
Like when...
how people overlook you a lot.
Yeah, when we went into the press conferences last time, they always go, oh mate, what's your name? And I'm like, why'd you care about him? It's me. And that happened twice.
But I think there's a difference between men and women as well. So a lot of men...
And what I was hoping, right? Yeah.
Where they're probably not being as truthful with themselves. So they could go into a spar and say, oh yeah, I smashed it, where realistically they got beat up. Where Rhiannon, she's not got that ego. She'll go into a spar and she got beat up. She knows she got beat up. Yeah. She's honest with herself. So then she knows she needs to get better, but if somebody's got a big ego, and then like, no, I didn't get beat up, then they're not going to get any better because they think they've done as good as they can do, when in reality they didn't.
But you still got to have a big enough ego to want to win.
Oh yeah.
So your ego's got to be big enough that you think, if I work hard, I can beat them.
Yeah, but humble enough to know.
But humble enough.
Self-aware enough.
Absolutely. To know you're big. Yeah. It's a mix.
Yeah.
It's a hard balance.
And I think that's why people go a bit weird in like fight camps, because it's like their ego will go up and then it'll go down and the self-confidence, and then it's kind of just like a roller coaster, isn't it?
For your fight camps, do you stay close to home, or do you go somewhere brand new, or like somewhere that's completely away from your normal day-to-day life?
No, we're just at home all the time, aren't we? Because we have like a set routine. Like, I love having a routine. Like, I've got my diary that I write everything in. I've got my foods that I eat. My dog's there. Like, I like my home comforts. I like going winding up with my mum and dad. Like, because they only live 2 minutes away, so...
So if you're hitting somebody, I've not been close enough to see the speed. Can you can you hit me but not hit me?
I haven't got very good spatial awareness.
There and just go, just to show me.
She's not got the best spatial awareness.
I know. My boyfriend are walking into it like that.
So you might knock me out.
I say that.
You want to know how fast the punch is, do you?
I'd like to see one thrown at me if you could stop in time.
A helmet or something in it.
Well, I could put a boxing gloves there or something.
What?
Have you ever had this request before?
I get a lot of...
You swing a punch at me, I want to see how quick it is.
I get a lot of men messaging me asking me to hit them or send videos of my feet.
It wasn't sexual, sorry. I just like... Well, I've watched the fights, obviously. I wonder what it feels like to see... Well, I can do that to judge.
Do you know what, though? I always say this, like, whenever I see, like, certain boxers, I always think, I'd love to get hit by them to see how hard it is. Like, you know that in your way?
Well, is it that much faster from a professional? I guess it's faster
rather than your face.
I guess it's faster and more powerful, is it? Is it both?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Than the average person, definitely.
Who do you reckon's got harder punch out, me and you?
What are you doing? Why don't you be the judge? I do know what you mean.
So what makes it good? Is it the power, or is it the speed?
Do you know what? I think accuracy is a lot of things. Like,
is it? Okay.
Do you know some people are really accurate, and that's why they get, like, Callum Smith's very accurate, and that's why he knocks out a lot of people because he can hit them right and knock them out. Yeah.
Like, if you look at George Foreman, he wouldn't even need to swing his body much, but he just knock people out. Where Mike Tyson was very fast and would throw everything into it, and he would knock them out. So there's just different types of power.
Because sometimes you look and people get hit, and you think, oh, that wouldn't even.
Hip as well, right?
Yeah. Because that's what Anne always says about me. He always says, oh, you've got strong legs, use your legs. And like, you're just trying to say my legs are big.
Yeah, which is technique as well.
Yeah.
Where's the perfect place to get someone on their face?
Checking.
Right around here.
Even if you were to turn around here,
and then on the side of the chin would knock it, dislocate it? Is that
break the jaw? Yeah.
Break the jaw? Yeah.
Breaking the nose is good.
How specific are you when you're aiming? Are you going for here, or
you're like trying to knock their chin off?
A football player would go for the top corner of a goal.
Yeah.
Specifically with the punches.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, because people move it, and sometimes. Yeah. Because like sometimes people like I have my guard like that, but some people try and put it down there to like throw you off. But I just end up start punching them around to give them a dead arm.
Oh wow.
Because it's things like that that you don't think about. But then it makes sense.
Keeping your hands up then.
Yeah. Because then they won't be as fast to throw it back up. So I end up punching people in the arm. Ant does it all the time. I end up trying to give him a dead arm all the time.
Is that a common thing, or is that just you?
I think it's common.
Canelo does it a lot. So when in his fight against Callum Smith, I think he'll punch in his arm that much. I think did he turn?
Yeah.
I guess there's a particular point where the nerve is that if you get it, you're more likely to numb the arm.
Yeah.
Or like it.
That's clever.
It's just
does that excite you? Sorry,
I love.
She just lit up.
I love learning stuff like that. Like, you know, when you're on the inside as well, and someone's got the guard up. Like, there's little things that you could do where you could pull it down and come over, or you pull it down, they'll push it back up, and then you can go around.
Yeah. That's cool.
I love stuff like that. I find it dead interesting.
Okay, that's cool.
So
I like that.
It is a bit chess-like.
Yeah.
But then you've got to, when you get in the ring, it's almost. You want to finish it, right?
Yeah.
How many punches ahead are you thinking then? Are you thinking the next one, or are you thinking the next one's going to make them do that and then I'm that?
It's mad because it's like sometimes when I'm even doing it and the stuff, the punches that I knock them down with, I don't even think that it's going to knock them down. It's just instinct.
Too much, then don't
get stiff.
Because you're overthinking.
Yeah.
Getting caught where if you're just going off instinct.
But then that's just training, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in the ring.
Mine's like muscle memory.
It's just muscle memory.
Yeah.
If it's instinct and you've been doing it less time than most of the professionals,
then everybody would be dead.
Yeah. Isn't it even more?
I mean, we've already established that.
Yeah.
If you'd have started at 5,
it's not started at 5.
Left, right?
There's no one left.
And I believe you as well, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, that's incredible. I love it. I love the technique part. Okay, so then, I assume this is right, but maybe I should change it to.
You're on camera. You got all excited, didn't you?
I need to change it to a. Yeah, I did. Yeah. You're obviously a different personality when you're in the ring. You don't think about that though. You just get in and fight.
Yeah.
Kind of in life, I have this thing that I don't attack anybody unless they attack me. But then if they try and attack me, I'll finish it.
Oh yeah.
A business point of view, this is not.
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, you go into the ring knowing that they want to knock you out anyway, so you're already in with that mentality that they're going to try and do everything.
So you go in there, they're going to try and knock you out, you want to finish them.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, you're friends. Or not friends,
some of them I'm friends with, some of them I'm not.
There's a specific one you've got in mind.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, she is a nice person, but, right, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Right, when I fought for the European title, the girl I was fighting, her boyfriend was going to propose to her in the ring, right, when they won. And I just think, imagine if I just lost and then he's going to propose to her in front of me. I'd literally, whilst he's down, I want to kick the ring out of the ring. Oh no, you're not rubbing it in my face like that. That's rude.
And you knew that before you went into the fight?
Well, no. So after it, we were getting drug tested because you get drug tested after all title fights, and the drug tester went to me, oh, they've just got proposed in here, and I was like, why? What do you mean? He was like, oh well, you know, he was going to propose to her in the ring if he won, but obviously she lost, so they've just done it in here, and I was like, ugh. That's so rude. So then we were sat next to each other in the drug tester room, and I was like, I'm not even going to congratulate you because I would never do that to you.
It's rude.
It is rude, isn't it?
Taking a big old piss for a piss test.
Yeah.
Boyfriend's proposed.
Yeah.
How bizarre.
Okay, you want respect,
Points.
right? That's the...
Yeah, like I'm very, very respectful of other people. Like when Karen came, like I said, like, oh, thank you so much for the opportunity
so
and things like that.
respect you, aren't
Yeah, but that's taking the piss on me a bit, isn't it?
But it was a partner, it wasn't her doing it.
Think.
Yeah, but she's accepted it, so
Yeah,
that's disrespectful.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
She should have said, not here.
100%.
Not here.
If you ever fight her again, just completely obliterate her.
Yeah.
First round.
So you better avoid any ringside proposals, right?
Make it so she don't get up again.
Exactly. But you would never think to do that, would you? Exactly. Also, I'd say, don't steal my thunder.
It's respect.
It's also knowing your partner. I was told, if there's anyone else around, I'm saying no. It's just us two. She would have said no.
Yeah.
Respect is a big thing for you as well, though. You're in an industry like...
Yes.
I say like boxing, you know what I mean? An industry where there
Yes, I want to be respected.
Respect.
Yeah.
And when I don't get it, same thing. It irks me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have to be, like, I don't have to be nasty to someone to fight them. Like, we've both just got to go and do a job at the end of the day. There's no personal feelings there. But if you're going to be rude to me, I just think...
So how do you handle the press conferences? Is that all a bit, I know you mentioned before, is that all like a big... I mean, you see on TV with the men specifically, not that woman, but is that all a big act? Or not?
I think that's the hardest bit for you.
Yeah, that's the hardest bit for me because, like, because sometimes with Eddie, I feel like he says the statement and then I'm meant to go off the back of it, but then it's like, oh, I don't really know what to add on to it. And then I've never really had someone insult me. I don't want to get cancelled. Like, you know, if someone's like nasty to me, I don't want to end up being like, well, because I can have a really nasty, well, obviously, because I can do it. I don't want to get cancelled, so I'll end up having to really think about what I'm going to say.
Some of it in the UFC are so personal.
Yeah.
But they're hyping the fight as well, though, right?
Yeah, well, they are. But I mean, I think that Paddy Pimmet one, I mean, after his nap with Northern, and like you don't say anything about your nan or anything. It's like no go.
Yeah.
I think more than. You've got a lot of respect for your grandparents.
Oh yeah, a lot of respect. Like I would never slag off someone's family.
You absolutely just lost it. Like they get so personal, but that doesn't really happen with what.
With boxing now, and especially with girls, it doesn't really happen.
I think it's hard as well when you're doing your press conference because you're making weight as well, so you've not really got much food in you.
And it's like all that pushing and shoving at press conferences, like you can't fight them there.
Stupid.
And if someone pushed me, I would fight them there.
Diet you like.
Yeah.
Okay, because then you can stick to it easily.
100%.
You've got to live the life really if you want a long career.
Yeah.
You can't be going out doing...
And just being so strict all the time, it can become monotonous.
Yeah, great. So you've got to try and find a strict regime that you enjoy.
Yeah, like I have certain meals and I have to switch them up all the time so that I don't get so bored of them.
Yeah.
On the business side, how do you balance being the athlete and then also balance, because you are a business, you don't earn money, you don't box, so with the promotion side and obviously stuff like this, obviously is that difficult to balance between training and actually earning?
I've got to talk to those bloody sponsors, right?
Mine's more like uploading on Instagram. I'm a bit useless at that, aren't I? I think I need to start doing more like that and more self-promotion that way. I don't really go on Twitter, do I?
It depends what the goal is, of course, right?
Yeah.
You've got loads of content in it.
Yeah. It shows on people who do promote themselves and they are massive on social media.
They
do get pushed for the face.
Yes, of course,
You've got to have that side where you do have to build a brand. But when you are a bit shy,
well, you know there's going to be more tickets if that person's got, it's got 1 million followers, right? I mean,
people online can be
cringe.
Yeah, of course,
That was the one I wanted to finish on. For me personally, if you had much of that online, now you have won that world title, much abuse, much.
It's more like inappropriate things, isn't it? Like just people wanting to buy my socks and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know you should be filming when you said buy my socks.
What, buy your fight socks? Or?
Just socks that, like, so someone was asking to pay me to wear socks for a week.
Old trainers.
Old trainers, yeah. But I'm not really into that. I just kind of block them.
Where Rhiannon will send them like a dog's charity link.
Yeah, so as I said, I want to be your pay pig. Please let me send you money. So there's this dog charity that I really like in Liverpool called Caroline Dog Animal Charity. So I send them that, and I'm like, donate to that.
What's a pay pig?
I don't know. I think it's like men who
like women
to financially abuse them. Yeah.
Financially abuse them, which obviously it's not.
My ex-wife did that for years.
Okay, that's good footage. So what's next?
So we're looking to fight in August, September time, but we're just waiting on a fight date. Hopefully August, but if not, September, and then it'll be a defence, but we don't know who yet.
Couple of names.
Yeah, a couple of names, and then.
And do you have a number of defences in your mind? You know, if you've been world champion, you defended it 5 times. Like that's a record, or do you have anything in there that's?
I think it's more like about unifying. Yeah, so that'd be something that I'd be really interested in, or like moving up and down weights to get bigger fights. But hopefully there'll be some big fights in the pipeline, and then see what's next.
Keep taking on the world.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Super good.